Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to GRE Preparation Made Easy Verbal Ability class by Mrs. Annapurna Murugan. Few instructions for the participants. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for best experience. Also, please respect your instructor, classmates, and yourself. Do not write anything inappropriate on the chat box. We have 3 packages. That is bronze, silver, and gold. If you upgrade to silver and gold, you'll get extra benefits like evaluated mock tests and expert university recommendations and so on. We also have free profile evaluation with our experts, comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting. Just a second. University shortlisting, course recommendations, recommendation reports, doubt clearance, and so on. We have free live IELTS classes that is from Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It is a 4-week course, and free Duolingo classes Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It is a 2-week course. We have the gold package starting from rupees 499 with extra benefits. For further details, you can contact us. Here are a few achievements. This is the Ubergrad website. You can select the country, course, and specialization. When you go on Explore, we have countries, universities, courses, and exams. You can get all the information through this. When you go on Solution, we have free profile evaluation, talk to the council, country recommendations, test preparation stores, additional services. Also, weekly blogs are uploaded. You may go through them. To contact us, you can call us, WhatsApp us, or mail us. When you go on My Test Preparation and click on GRE View Course, you will get daily handouts and recordings are uploaded. For example, for verbal ability, if you've missed the class for long RC, you will get the handouts and the recordings from here. I'll also be sharing the link on the chat box. Also, in case of any other doubts, you may ask at the end of the session. Thank you.
Hi guys, good evening. I guess you people are doing good. Okay, so right. So we are doing critical reasoning, isn't it? I would like to tell one thing. If you people start understanding critical reasoning, or if you master this section, I guess you people will not take any wrong decisions in your life. Why? Because critical reasoning is very, very important. Okay. And also, like when you analyze any situation, when you have to take up any decision or anything, it is very, very important for you people to reason out. We cannot just randomly take the things, isn't it? So we cannot do that particular thing. What we need to do, we need to have that understanding what's the situation, why the situation has happened. So what is this reason? All these things, it is required. So even though it is tough, I mean, it's not exactly tough. So a lot of understanding is required. Okay, so I can term it as between moderate to tough, this section is, but it is a lifetime gain, I can say. Okay, so with this positive note, let us start off with our session. I quickly share the screen. Yes, here we go. Yes, you people can see the screen here. Like, I would like to, before I start off with next type of question, I just quickly, what is that, share, or I'll just quickly tell you guys what we did yesterday, the quick recapitulation, so that if you have forgotten, so you can just recall them. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, critical reasoning, short passage. Sorry, guys. Short passages. Okay. What is this critical reasoning? Short passages. This short passages, what happens here? So it will be helping us. How does it is different from long passage? Long passage only on basically understanding, but here it is on reasoning. Okay. So this is the thing that we have. And the short passages basically consists of 4 elements. Okay, what are those 4 elements? The first and foremost is your this one, conclusion. This is your core of the argument or core of the short passage. So, and then this conclusion basically tends to happen by a immediate thing. So that is nothing but immediate reason, and that is your premise. And we have secondary reasons or some of the extra informations that can be directing towards the conclusion. That is nothing but background, but they are not important. Okay, the important reason why conclusion has happened, that is because of our premise. So all these things may add on, but they are not the reasons for the conclusion. Then ultimately we have counter premise. Okay, so what is that we have? We have counter premise, which is just the opposite to, which won't support our conclusion. Rather, it will be indirectly stating that why did you guys take the conclusion? Okay, so that's your counter premise. This is what we basically learned yesterday. We did. And first and foremost thing, whenever you get the passage, what you need to do? You need to read in detail. Read in detail. That is nothing but, so you're not skimming around, you're not scanning around. So you are reading in detail the entire short passage. And when you are reading, you, after reading, you need to do the passage mapping also. What you need to do? Passage mapping, one of the crucial thing that is important for you guys. Don't miss on this. Okay, if you think that no, I'll just go to the question, then I'll go to the passage, definitely I'm saying, guys, your accuracy will not be good. This is like we have analyzed and we have taken. So then once you do this passage mapping, then identify the question. Identify question. So now we discussed yesterday, describe the role question, which comes under the structure based question. Now further, let us go on to different types of questions. Let us kind of solve them and let us work on them. Okay, so now here we go. This is the quick recapitulation so that nobody will feel alienated here, because I guess few of you would have joined today. Okay, so now describe the argument question. See, I'm not making it full screen. The purpose is because I can't write and explain, so I need to write. Hence, I'm just giving. Just give me a second. Okay. Now, describe the argument question. What does that description mask? So they're asking, what is the type of argument happening? What is the type of argument happening? Okay, so describe the argument. They're asking, so what is that argument that is happening? So in the passage that we need to describe. The question will be based upon that. Here in this question format, basically what happens, here we'll have two people speaking. That means I even can say this as dialogue. Okay, so based questions. What we can say, dialogue based questions. Two people will be passing on some of the comments, or they will be speaking out. Now we need to say how each one is responding to the other one, how the second one responded to the first one, or how did first one so trying to present his idea, or how first one is wrong according to second one. This is what the questions basically will be. Let me show you. Okay, just one second. Yes, this is the question that we have. You can see. Oh, okay, so this is just how the question statement will be. It will be something like this. Baram responds to Sadi's argument by Baram challenges Sadi's argument. The author develops the argument by doing which of the following. So, and these all indicated you have described. So the question types will be like this. Now I am taking the real question here. Okay. So this is the real question that we have. Okay, from here to here. Now, what is that we have? Can you see here? Mayor and consumer advocate. See, don't you think this is a dialogue based questions? So two people are speaking here. So now what you need to do, you need to tell how one is responding to another one. So therefore, so let us try to read and understand here what exactly mayor is saying and what is the reply of consumer advocate. The recycling program costs us nearly $1 million to operate so every year. So mayor is giving what some kind of estimation, isn't it? Estimation about uh, like how much it will cost for the recycle program. Okay. And our budget shortfall this year is projected to be this much. What is the budget shortfall? And is also giving the situation, the reality check. What is that? There is a shortfall of this one. Cutting the recycling program will help balance the budget. So now what is he concluding? He is concluding that if we have to overcome this shortfall of budget, what we need to do, we should cut recycling program. That means we should not consider or we should not do recycling program. Why? That will balance the budget is the conclusion. Why this conclusion is happening? Because there is a shortfall of budget. This is the premise and this is the thing. That means what? So my mayor wants to work on the budget shortfall. That is the reason he is planning to cancel the recycling program we have here. Now, consumer advocate, what is he replying? It costs the city more to throw something out than to recycle. Advocate is trying to say what? The city will be paying more to throw something rather than recycling. That means if here is trying to, what is that? Recycle. Okay. So if here is trying to stop recycle, that is assume that he will be doing what? So throwing. That means the waste should be thrown. But from consumer advocate, what it is saying, throwing things out, throwing the things will cost more. That means the price for throwing the things is greater than the price of recycling. So what is he doing? What is consumer advocate doing? So don't go to the option. I need the shadow answers. Tell me, what is consumer advocate doing with mayor's decision? Why has he presented this thing? Can you guys tell me what is the shadow answer? Is consumer advocate trying to say that mayor is wrong? Whether consumer advocate is saying mayor is wrong or what is he doing? Kindly type the answer. Guys, you need to type. You need to tell me what is the shadow answer. If you guys tell that, that shows like how you are analyzing with me. So what is it? So you can see here that, so yes, he is introducing some, what is that? He is trying to give us some new information. New information is trying to give, because of which, so now we also doubt whether we should not cancel the recycling or whether we should cancel the recycling, because mayor's purpose was to save the money. Save the money. But so if the throwing is costing more, that means what? Mayor's option of saving money is not happening, isn't it? Say mayor's option of saving money cannot happen. That means what? So advocate is not directly saying that mayor is wrong, or even his purpose. Advocate's purpose is not to prove mayor is wrong. He is trying to say that this is the fact thing. So Our purpose is to save money, but from this statistical information, so I guess we need to think of our mayor's decision. That is what actually is said, isn't it? So now, this is the shadow answer. After having the shadow answer, kindly now at least you people pick me one option and show. Tell me. Let it be a kind of active class. Okay, let it not be passive class. So tell me now which option will go correct here. Quickly. I need everyone in the classroom to answer. Even if it goes wrong, no issue. You understood, right? When you guys understood, you people can give me the options. D, okay, D, Imani, Shweta, yes. What about others? Give it now. Yes, D is very correct answer. Why D is correct answer? Introducing a new piece of information that calls into question the validity of Mayer's conclusion, isn't it? So, whereas if you see, let me also tell you so how to omit the ideas. Okay, so because many have not given the answer, but they may have some other answers also in mind. So, for the sake of that, let me explain here. Establishing that so Mayer's figures were incorrectly calculated. Is he saying anywhere that Mayer's figure, is he trying to show anywhere that Mayer was wrong in his calculation? No, right? So about that, this one, throwing the Mayer did not speak only. That means what? He is introducing some new, this one. Oh, what is that? So your this one. Okay. So and the next thing that we have, that's the reason we don't take this. Accepting the mayor's conclusion, but questioning the legality of the plan. Is he questioning legality of the plan? Whether we are working on the legal terms here? No. And whether anywhere it is showed that he has accepted anything, see, in critical reasoning, it has to be clear. You cannot just assume there. Okay. Assumption based questions are different. When we are assuming also on the basis of evidences that they have given, so we will be trying to take the assumption. But here we don't cannot assume also this thing. So therefore, what this also goes out. Interpreting the mayor's evidence in a way that reduces the validity of the mayor's claim. That means interpreting the mayor. Is he trying to interpret the mayor's evidence? Is he saying that no, this is not correct? Cost is $1 million, so there is a shortfall of $5 million. Whether those things he's trying to disturb there? No. So therefore, this also will not work out. And pointing out that the mayor has not adequately considered the potential causes and effects of the budget shortfall. No, he is not trying to point out that. So therefore, this also goes out. So the best thing that we have here is what? D, that matches our shadow answer. Hence, that is the description of the argument that we have between what? So mayor and consumer advocate. So therefore, here is a cheat sheet that we need to do whenever we are doing the role-based question and even argument-based question. First, we need to understand the argument. Then you need to figure out what is what, that is passage mapping you need to do, and then understand your shadow answer. Then once you get the shadow answer based on the question, you need to match with the other options there. Okay. And same thing, the cheat sheet for your this one. What does that? Describe the argument. Now, let us start working on assumption questions. See, major questions comes on these things. Okay. What is that? You will be seeing major questions on assumption questions only. And these are little tricky also. Why? Here, as the name says, you guys are assuming. Assuming in the sense what? So that idea is not found in your this one. Not found where? Not found in the passage, paragraph or passage. It is you who need to identify. Okay, what you need to do, you need to identify. See, assumption, let me give few clues about assumption. What is that assumption? For example, why are we presenting classes? And why are we taking, what is that? So for one topic, one complete week we are taking, and we are presenting the classes. Our decision is what? We are presenting for every topic one week, and we are presenting, isn't it? So what do you assume from this? You assume that, yes, Ubergrad wants to be very precise in their classes, hence they are doing it very patiently by concentrating. That means what? Basically, we want to be very precise. That is the reason we are doing. That is what the assumption you people have. But on what assumption we are making one week class for every topic? We feel that, so our assumption is, so if we are in detail, if we explain everything in detail with practical approach, students will be benefited. That means our assumption here is what? So the detailed explanation and practical approach of the techniques will make students to understand things better and score well. Okay, this is our assumption, which we are not stating. See, when we are doing the lessons or not, do you think we state that, you know, why we people are presenting everyday classes, this? Do we present there? No. We know, we have assumed, oh, these classes will be beneficial for you guys. And why you people are attending these classes? Because you know, you have the assumption that these classes will be beneficial for you. But do you state this anytime, anywhere? No, right? This is the assumption. Why? The detailed class. Everything is happening practically. So it will be beneficial for me. That's why I'm attending. This is the kind of assumption. That means what? Whenever you people take the assumption, you will not just randomly take the assumption. Remember that. So, assumption should have what? The essence, how the assumption should have. The assumption should indicate or should show the essence of conclusion and the premise. That means whenever you are taking a assumption, make sure that that assumption should have the essence of conclusion, keeping the premise to be true. Okay, that means you consider the reason. The reason is this only. With this reason, this conclusion has happened, and all these things is giving rise to one unstated idea. Okay, you people need to take out this unstated idea. Okay, this unstated idea, three forms you will be having. One is they will be asking directly what is that unstated idea. The other thing is what? You present one unstated, one assumption which can so strengthen your conclusion, author's conclusion. The another thing is what? You need to present an assumption that so weakens author's conclusion. Every time, no matter what the assumption is, you need to showcase there should be the essence of conclusion and the consideration of the premise. Okay, we need to have in your assumption, so essence of conclusion, but considering premise is very much true. You cannot default the premise. Okay, So, I mean, you cannot say that premise is just the opposite of it. Okay. So, therefore, what the author must believe to be true in order to draw a certain conclusion. However, the assumption is not stated directly. This is the unstated idea. That is the reason I gave you people about this particular thing. Now, what are the questions that we are going to have? So on assumption based. Okay, assumption based, the one is directly finding the assumption. Okay, so find the assumptions. They will be saying you need to find the assumption here. The other one is what? Strengthening the argument. Then we have weakening the argument. Then we have evaluate. You need to justify the argument. Okay. And then you need to identify the flaw. That is the discrepancy. See, majorly you people will be coming across these things. But these are the next level questions which many of you would not even practice, but it is very important for you people to practice on those questions as well. So now in our class we will be describing all the 5 questions, and in fact we'll be solving all these 5 questions here. Okay, 5 types. Let us start with the finding the assumption. Okay, so now here these are the things. In fact, the questions will be so direct that you people can identify what is this assumption and everything. Which of the following is an assumption on which the argument depends, or the conclusion above made on what basis, or what is the consideration, or what is the unstated idea on which this thing is mentioned. Okay, now here I have a question. Okay, this is assumption. You need to find the assumption here. So what is that we have? When newspaper periodicals begin forecasting a recession, people tend to spend less money on non-essential purchases. What is this? Whether it is a conclusion or what it is? It sounds to be more of factual information or observations, they are saying. See, why? It is more than factual. It is what? It is kind of your, this one, observation. Whenever they forecast recession, in news periodicals, forecasting means what? Before only saying like we will be having, what is that, recession, that will make people what? To spend less on non-essential things, spend less money on non-essential things. That means it will be like, what is that, lessening the unwanted expenditure. What? If they forecast, this is the observation they have. So this cannot be conclusion. Remember, why? It is a kind of observation. Whenever this happens, this will happen. So this is not decision. This is purely what? Your observation. Therefore, so here we have the indicator. Therefore, the perceived threat of future recession decreases the willingness of the people to purchase products so that they regard as optional or luxury goods. So now we are what they are saying. So here, therefore, or hence. So if the threat, the perceived threat is given, so that will be decreasing the willingness of the people to purchase the product here. So what is that? This, I can take it as this observation rather than background. I can take it as premise. Why? This is a kind of observation. This observation, from this observation, they are coming to the conclusion that, if we say that we have a threat, then people will start spending less. I mean, people willingness to purchase the products will be reduced. Okay, so which of the following is an assumption on which the argument depends on? So what could be the assumption here? Yeah, newspapers will forecast, okay, the recession, isn't it? So newspapers will present the recession. Huh. But newspapers are not presenting the recession. I mean, it is not indicating the recession just so that people will stop spending. It is the duty of newspapers, so it is, what is that, presenting the news. Okay, we have recession, this, but nowhere we have that newspaper is motivating people to spend less. Is there anywhere? Only it is forecasting recession, but anywhere it is trying to state that, so no, it is trying to motivate the people to spend less. No, isn't it? So newspaper will present recession. What is happening? Yes, people looking at it are getting self motivated, they are spending less, isn't it? So that means, even if, what is that, people start spending very, very less also, even if people stop spending on, so this one, what is that, um high luxury goods, still if there is anything about recession, so who will be presenting? Newspapers will be presenting, isn't it? So this is a kind of idea we have. People are influenced by newspaper, but newspaper is not influenced by people's expenditure. Okay, so that is the kind of idea we have. Now let us try to see, take out the this one. What is that? Our options. Let me explain here. This one I'll try to explain here. People do not always agree as to which goods should be considered luxury goods. Okay, here they are saying this option. Look at the way they have given. So they are saying people do not always agree as to which goods should be considered luxury goods. If that is the case, why is that people spend less on non-essential goods? It is clearly stated there. That means from this, what assumption you get? People know what goods are luxury goods and what goods are not luxury. Then why this thing? So this goes, isn't it? That cannot be an assumption. Now, many more people read news periodicals today than 5 years ago. Are they anywhere giving us the hint because of these forecasting? So even the news readers have increased. Anywhere, even the hint also, are they saying? Only what they are saying, and even they are not saying that. So because the people will spend less, so the forecasting number is increased. No, it is only said that, okay, so forecasting, if they present about the recession, definitely people will start spending less on their luxury goods. But nowhere they are saying, therefore we need to increase so the number of this one articles on future recession. Are they saying this? No, right? So then how can we say that people are this guy? And also look at this, many more people read newspapers. So here we don't have that thing also, whether people are getting to know by reading the newspaper only. Forecasting, they spend less. Here people who are spending less, so we don't know whether they are the readers of newspaper periodicals or whether they are not the readers. Okay, we can't assume that those who are doing that, so they are all readers. We can't say that, okay, because there is no clarity there. So therefore we can't assume this also. Most people do not regularly, for the same reasons we are saying. Here we can't say people number is increasing to read the news periodicals. Here we can't say like they are not reading, because they are not talking about that. Decreased spendings on non-essential goods does not prompt news periodicals to forecast the recession. That means here if the people start spending less on luxury items, do you think newspapers will stop presenting about the this one? What is that forecasting the recession? No, right? It will not stop. It will not affect. Why? Because nowhere it is said that forecasting is based on people spending. No. News people, whenever the news people, they are saying whenever the news periodicals so forecast the recession, whenever the news periodicals forecast the recession, that means their forecasting is not based on people's spending. Only if they feel that there is a recession, they will be forecasting. So that means their forecasting is not influenced by our expenditure. Hence, so this is the assumption that we can take it up. So no matter if the people spend less or spend more, if there is a recession, they are going to present it. Okay, so this is the idea that we have. Now, let us see the other. At least some of the biggest spending consumers prior to the recession were among those who curtailed their spending after recession. Now, this is also trapping. We are not talking about the people who were the expensive before and after. Only our concept is what? So what? Their spendings has come down. Here we are not talking about whether they were the great spenders or the less spenders. So therefore, this also we can't. So D is the correct options on the basis of this. Now, did you see? And also one more thing I want you people to understand. This assumption has the conclusion essence and as the reason premise also it is considering true. Why it is considering? See, from this we understand that news periodicals will forecast the recession. Yes, it is. And what is the essence here? Whenever the news periodicals forecast. So that means it is saying news periodicals are not affected by anybody. So, and also what non-essential spendings are. So here, what is that? Yeah, non-essential spendings are there. They are talking the decreased non-essential, this one, spending on non-essential goods. So that is what the main idea is. So that is also said you have the essence of this, both the things we have, and our assumption is also based upon that particular thing only. Try to understand this particular thing, this one, in a very nice manner. Hence, so our answer is D. Now, strengthening the argument. Now, what is the strengthening argument means? You need to pick up a question. This one, what is that? An idea or a statement, and it should say that yes, the conclusion is correct. And this is also an assumption. Basically, what? This is also an idea, so which is not stated directly in the this one passage, but however, so it will have the essence of conclusion and your this one. What is that? Consideration of the premise here. So that means here you need to say that, whatever this conclusion is happening, that is very, very correct. Okay, on the given basis. So this is the thing we need to say here. Now, here I have a question. Let me use other, this one, strengthening. Okay. Now again here, see, you need to understand what is your question idea. So basically, you need to basically understand what exactly the given passage is all about, and so whether it is strengthening, what questions we need to understand. So here the question is what? Which of the following, if true, most strengthen the claim? So you need to identify what is the claim. Claim is what? Conclusion, the core. So now you need to pick up an idea that strengthens or that justifies author's claim here. Okay. So now See, author's claim is based on something. So when we are giving one more idea, one more assumption here, to do that, we need to consider the premise also to be correct and the claim also to be correct. Okay. So now at Quest Corp, many employees have quit recently. Oh, so they are narrating a situation. What is it? Many employees have quit recently and taken jobs with the competitor. Oh, so what is happening? Many employees of Quest Corp, so they have quit and they have taken a job with competitor. Shortly before the employees quit, that means before and this event could happen, what had happened here? QC lost its largest client, it seems. Now, what is that? Shortly before this, so QC lost its largest client. Clearly, the employees were no longer confident in Quest Corp's long term validity. Now, let me write here what happened. QC's employees quit. But before this, what was the situation? So, QC lost largest client. Okay, largest client. Because of this, these employees were not confident about the company. Confident about the company, so they quit the job. What is the this one that we have? So, what is the conclusion? Clearly, the employees were no longer confident on their long-term this one. Why is that? So the employees lost so their confidence on so QC just for losing a largest client. Why it could be? It could be largest client in the sense largest profit would be from these people. If largest profit goes out, then with minimal profit, I don't think a company can survive, isn't it? So now we need to prove that, because strengthening, we need to say that author is correct. Okay. So why author is correct here? They lose the confidence. Why did they lose? So because they lost the largest client. That means I'll be telling here this, from this largest client only we had lot of profit. Okay. So something like that we need to pick. On the basis of this, so what you will be picking? Which option you people can pick here? Employees at Quest Corp's main competitor recently received a large and well publicized rise. Whether there, this one, what is that? That could be the reason, or because others they gave more, so only we'll also go there. No, right? Because their concern, they lost the confidence. Okay, so therefore what, this is not the reason. It could be, so it won't be strengthening there. Okay, so nowhere it is trying to say that Quest Corp was under loss, isn't it? We need to show that Quest Corp was under loss. Quest Corp's largest client accounted for 40% of sales and 60% of company's profit. That means what, 40% of sales was from largest client, and because of which we had 60% of company's profit. That means company's profit was 60% from where? From these things. This 60% profit gone. With 40% profit, do you think the company can run? Even we'll also lose that thing. So therefore, yes, we can use this as a strengthening element. Why? Because of this reason only, the employees lost their confidence there. Why? Just on 40% we cannot survive. Okay, so this is one of the strengthening idea. But when you are seeing this, you people can see here, we are considering this also as true. Why? We are saying it is the largest client. Why it is largest client? Even though 40% of sales from there, but the majority of the profit is from them only, na 60%. So we are considering that too. So that means whenever you people tell this, so you need to see that your this one premise also should be correct. However, let us try to see the other things. Many prospective hires who have interviewed with Quest Crop ultimately accepted, no, this is not the thing. This is something. This one. Okay. Got this? Now weaken the idea here. Yes, you can see here. Now weakening. Weakening is just you need to say the conclusion is not correct. Conclusion is incorrect. Okay. So what we can do, so I will give this question to you people. Try to weaken. Okay. First you need to find, so what is the question? Which of the following, if true, would cast the most doubt on the claim that the proposed fee would be unfair? Now, they have proposed some fee, it seems. You need to prove that it is unfair. How you can do that? Okay, let us understand the theory. Okay, so what is the theory we have? The national infrastructure for airport runways and air traffic control require immediate expansion to accommodate the increase in smaller private planes. That means, so airport runways require expansion. Why? They want to have this private planes. To help fund this expansion, the Federal Aviation Authority has proposed fee to all travelers. Now, for the expansion, for the purpose of private planes, what the airport, this one authority has said, so it has applied extra fee on all air travelers. However, this fee would be unfair. This fee is unfair. It would impose cost on all the travelers to benefit only the few who utilize the new private planes. That means here what the decision here is, this is the background, these things. This fee would be unfair is main conclusion. Why it is unfair? So this is unfair because private jet planes are used by only few, not all. So that is the reason we have. So now what we need to do, we need to show that, so we need to weaken in the sense, we need to indirectly show that this fee is not unfair. Not unfair, even if our passengers, all passengers are not using the private planes. Even though they don't use the private planes, but still it is not unfair. That means what? So that means we need to show that our passengers also will be benefited in some or the other way. So that is the thing we need to show. If we want to, what is that? So tell here that it is not unfair. What we need to show? We need to show that even the other passengers, not only the passengers who use private planes, but even other passengers who don't use private planes are benefited. Okay, look at the options that will give you that particular idea. Now I have given you the hint, I have given the shadow answer. So find it out. What could be the thing here? See, here we have the existing, look at the existing national airport infrastructure benefits all air travelers. Don't go for something like this. Already they are saying, what is that? They require a immediate expansion. That means there is some kind of increase there. So therefore, that means what? This is something irrelevant. You can't just randomly take something like that. The fee, if imposed, will have a negligible impact on overall volume of air traveler. That means they are saying even if the fee is implicated, the number of air travels will not be reduced. That means passengers will take it, but nowhere it is trying to say that passengers are benefited, all passengers are benefited. Why? Their question is unfair. If we say that, oh, travels will not be reduced, that means what? Passengers will compromise. But nowhere it is saying that, so the fee is not unfair. That means to say that the fee is not unfair, we need to say that our air travelers need to be benefited. All air travelers, not just your private plane users. Okay. The expansion would reduce the number of delayed, just one second, the number of delayed flights resulting from small private planes congesting the runways. See, the delayed flights will be reduced. Delayed flights means our passengers will be benefited. Why? Because the delay will not have further delays. If no delay, why there will be no delays? If the expansion happens. Okay. Right now, why the delay is happening? Because of this private planes. That means what? Even though they will be using the runways, but because of this, the delays will be reduced, and delay reduction is indirectly a benefit for us, the normal travelers. Therefore, what? It is more of talking about benefit here. Okay. If this is talking about benefit, this implies what? So our thing should be what? So this thing. Okay. So therefore, C should be our answer. Travelers who use small are almost uniformly wealthy. IO, it is not there. A substantial fee would need to be imposed in order to pay this one. This is again a suggestion. So therefore, this is the best thing that you people can have. So in your this one. Okay. Got it, guys? These are the things that we basically have with regards to assumption. So, and all of these things. Anyone with any doubts here? Tell me, do anyone have any doubt? No? Is that clear? And are you guys practicing? Okay. So you guys are practicing, right? Okay then. Ma'am, what study material we can refer for practice? Imani, as I said, so you people will be getting a few things on Telegram as well. You can see they have given your Telegram this one also. Other than that, you people also see that like you can go. We have GRE's website. Okay, so this one it's kind of. Lots of practices and everything will be just like GMAT. Now we have a website, you just log on there, you will have thousands of questions on that, and even you can use this KMF. The website is KMF, so GRE you can use, but that will be in Chinese version. You people use convert it, translate it, so you will be having n number of questions. The recent exam questions also will be given in that. Okay, right? Any doubts you people have? Imani, I guess I cleared your doubt. Okay, right. No, no other doubts, guys? Okay then. So tomorrow we'll practice on more this one. What is that? Questions. So, and you people can work out on the same. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, I guess 1 second. There is one question. How many critical reasoning questions will be asked? See, basically, we'll be having RCs and critical reasonings. So together, like we may have, like almost equal number of questions will be asked. Okay, 50% of the questions comes from RCs and your CRs. So 25%, this one, in that 100% of that reading based questions, 50% of this and 50% of that. But if you want to see overall, 25% of CR, 25% of RCs, and almost 25% of sentence equivalence and 25% of your text completions you will be getting. Okay, almost 1:1:1, right? Okay, guys. Okay, then.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, if you guys have any doubt related to the Ubergrad website, you may ask now. Thank you.